Hey everyone, this is Will Dorsey of Talk Music Podcast. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you checking out this podcast. My next guest is a homie of mine named Art Cruz. Uh, he's been in bands, especially the biggest band probably uh, is Lamb of God. He was also playing in Wings of Plague and Prong. Everybody, welcome Art Cruz.
Welcome to Talk Music with Will Dorsey Jr.
Every month,
Our host Will is going to interview musicians from around the world and talk everything music. Our listeners range from professionals to recreational musicians who want to learn more about the industry, their instruments, and the community of top musicians. So join us, subscribe, and keep up with Talk Music.
visit us on www.talkmusicpodcast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download our podcast on Apple, Google, Amazon, and Spotify.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, E-Record Studio, the new way musicians rehearse, record, and share their e-record sessions on social media. Visit ERS on erecordstudio.com. Download this amazing app on Google and Apple Apps stores. Art,
What
what's up,
up?
dude?
We out here, man.
Yeah, man, we finally got with each other, man. I know, and I'm sorry. You told me to get with you back in March, and yeah, man, I apologize on that, man.
Hey, man, we both been grinding, man. We just saw each other not long ago too, so
Right,
this is great. It worked out great, man. I'm happy to be here.
dude. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to explain to people how like how we first met up?
Yeah, I
You
actually
remember?
remember. Do you remember?
Yeah.
No, dude, okay, so you were, well, I was already a fan of you as a player. Okay,
What?
before we actually, yeah, player, come on. Before we had met, like I was ripping with you, and I had known some people that were working with you, like Kevin Martin obviously was working with you.
Oh,
So Kevin, uh, aka Kevlar back in the day, as I used to
yeah.
call him.
Oh,
He used
wow.
he used to help me out when I was with Winds of Plague back in the day. He was in the Inland Empire. He came up in even before Winds of Plague. I've known Kevin, like before I was even in
Wow.
Winds of Plague. So he had mentioned he was rapping with you and messing with you and helping you guys out and working with you. And I was like, no way. And long story short, I think it was like the first Daytona Rockville,
Yep.
2021.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I remember this because I was tripping because I'd seen you and Randy. Well, Randy, I knew you, and I was like, wait, like, what's this dude doing here? Like, respectfully, I was like, is
Right.
Body Count ain't playing, or what's going on
Right.
here?
Yeah.
And that and you were sitting in with the Offspring,
Yeah.
and I had never met you, and I was just like, really, it was really cool to connect with you that day, and it was a special day, and man, that was a special day universally for a lot of us, but like you. I had this weird thing with you, bro, where I respected you. I knew who you were, how good of a player you were, but also I saw this thing in you that I had experienced myself years prior when I got the Lamb gig, and that was just like you were like kind of nervous. You were
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, I mean, you should have been, like
Yeah.
y'all were up in that and one of the headliners that day too. So it was like what a huge show to sit in on.
Oh,
And I think was Josh Freese playing
he
for that,
was. He was.
right?
He asked me to sit in for him, and that was the first show to do. Yeah. But but I mean, when I first met you that same day, how much you encouraged me
Hmm.
to, like, dude, you got this, stuff like that. I mean, it was so cool that, like other metal guys, and it didn't matter, like, oh, I'm playing with the Offspring because I'm not doing metal.
Hmm.
and a lot of metal guys I'm sorry, they get shit on because, oh, you're doing, a rock gig, and
Hmm.
you didn't come off that way. And thank you for doing that, man.
Dude,
Thank you. Yeah.
you're so welcome. And it's funny, dude, because I'm telling you, I felt I had been in those shoes like
Mm.
a couple years prior to that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I jumped in with the Lamb gig, like I wasn't how now I ain't interviewing you, but I now that's on my mind, I never asked you this. How much in advance did you have like to
Uh,
plan for that?
2 weeks.
Okay. I
Yeah.
had
So
about
two
a
weeks.
month. I had about a
All right.
month. So
Okay.
uh and how many songs did y'all play? Y'all played like,
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
dude,
It- a whole
longer
headlining
set.
show. Yeah.
Yeah. Like at
Yeah.
least hour 15, hour 10
Yep.
at least, right?
Yep.
No way,
Yeah.
bro. No way.
Yeah.
I was lucky. I jumped in on a support doing the Slayer tour, and
Oh,
we were doing 50 minutes, I think, or 55 minutes or something, like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't know. It wasn't as crazy as a full headlining set.
oh, right. Yeah.
Shoot. But no, man, I'm so happy. I remember that day, man, and that's so funny. And I was like looking, and I found the photo, and y'all better put this photo up
Oh
when
yeah.
I show
No,
it to
I'm
you.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
bug my
send it
team
to
about
you.
it.
It's
Yeah.
so good, and it was the first time I'd actually taken a picture with you and met you, and ever since then we've always kind of like poked in and out of each other's lives, and
Hmm.
obviously as Body Count comes and does more festivals, we're always crossing paths, and then we did
Yes.
that gig together
Yeah.
this past summer. So man, I mean, it's been cool to get to know you more and more each time. We're both kind of doing our own thing, but also like when we come together, to me it feels like we've known each other for a minute. So
Dude,
it's
man.
just a vibe. It's a vibe,
Man,
dude.
yes. Yes. Likewise, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you thanks again for hitting me up that day, like what, 3 weeks ago when that
Yeah.
show where we were at in Ohio.
Ohio, the
Yeah.
rock it was
Um
louder than no, shoot. It's one of those Wimmer ones, those really cool
right.
ones. Oh man, I can't even, all great festivals,
Hey,
Danny Wimmer.
festivals just run into each other, and it's just like,
Special.
what festival was this? Like
Who
whatever.
knows?
You're
Who
right.
knows? I feel like it was Sonic Temple. There it is. I got
It
it.
is. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
Man, great memory.
All
All
right. No,
right.
yeah.
Art. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it, man.
Oh, dude, man. All right. Let's get into these questions, man.
Yeah.
Would you start getting involved with music there?
Dude, I mean, it's crazy. The it's such a weird thing to answer that question because this is like a common question, right?
Yeah.
My the more that I answer this question, the more in depth it gets, and I think you're right in the right crossfire because I just talked about this lengthy, like where did you get started? It's like, dude, that is a crazy question, right?
Right.
But I'm telling you, over the last few years, I've been genuinely going backwards and like trying to like retrace my footsteps, and it's wild, bro.
Mm,
Wild. So like,
really?
yeah, so like as far back as I can remember music, right? Like music is a big thing. It's a big part of most people's lives. Sometimes it's not, but in my case, I mean, I'm a Chicano kid from LA, bro. Like
Mm,
the music is a part of us no matter what. I was like coming out of the womb like already freaking grooving, you know what I'm saying? But
right?
uh the clear direct answer would be uh traditional Mexican music, you know? That was my
Okay.
first like introduction into music because mariachi and accordions and banda, like it was
Mm,
just kind of like the sounds of my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Parties every weekend, barbecues, carne asadas. So music between Latin music and Mexican traditional music, but obviously that LA sound, bro, like Chicano oldies and lowrider music, like soul music. You know what I'm saying? Soul
Yeah.
and funk uh, were early influences for me to like really be intrigued by music, you know?
Right.
But drumming came from mostly the sounds of Santana, dude. That's like, it's always my
Oh.
answer. It's my answer forever. Everybody's always asking, hey, who's your favorite drummer? I go, Santana.
Right.
It's it's an entity, bro. It is an entire energy. And listen, I think I've just that was my introduction to the audible sound of drums, thunderous. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Thunderous percussion and things like that. So it LA, that's it. Like the
y-
answer is LA and the culture
yeah,
of my culture, the Mexican American community, which they're the passion of music goes widespread from hip hop to rap to rock, punk, metal.
yeah.
Uh, Mexicans love music, man. So I just was thrown into all of it. I was thrown into all of it. That was where it all started for me, man. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, but it's really
Damn.
interesting, man. I had to go backwards recently. I'm like, damn, this is crazy to think about all this stuff. It's
Did did
wild.
did you play any other instruments? Like, I mean, like besides playing drums, or did you just play
I,
drums?
I sometimes I say I wish I played other instruments,
Yeah.
but if I did that, who knows where my life would be today? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I
Mm.
did not play anything else. I've attempted like piano. I'm told through the industry of many folk that if you learn piano, it's a great start to jump into any instrument and understand music theory, right? I don't
Yeah.
understand music theory for shit though. Like
Yeah.
I can count to four, and I've learned from other bands that I've been in that, the skills of that, but I don't play anything else. I don't. I would like to,
Yeah.
uh, but I think what's happening right now, Will, is it's transforming into I am playing new instruments, but
Right.
it's still drums and
Right.
percussion. So,
So you didn't dabble into like accordion like that?
no, man,
No,
I
no.
wish
Right.
I mean there's some shredder accordion players, bro. Like that violin,
Yeah.
trumpets. I
Oh.
mean, I'm impressed by by all instrumentations, but honestly, I think like anything that harp is crazy. Like I saw like
Mm.
early harp playing with mariachi, like big mariachi groups use harp.
Really? A
Yeah, dude.
harp?
Yeah, deep. And like it's like giant harps. Like it's a good time, man. It's a trip. You're gonna watch now. You're gonna take a note, and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna check
I
this shit out.
I need to find that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a harp.
yeah. Actual harp. I don't even know the history of that or where that came from, but I'm telling you, once the mariachi groups left the backyards of East LA and they
Right.
were on the main stage somewhere, like at a like on a big scale, large scale mariachi,
Yeah.
it's practically an orchestra. That's at least that's how maybe that was my introduction to like orchestration.
Damn.
Strings, trumpets, horns, guitars, stand-up basses, harps. Wild,
Wow,
wild,
man.
wild.
I didn't know a harp
Yeah, shit shreds.
on stage.
Yeah, deep. Just sick,
Wow. Okay.
posted back.
Man, you blew my mind with that, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know that because I
yeah.
mean, I hear, hear it around here,
Hmm.
all the time. People are just blasting it out of their cars and
Yeah,
whatnot. And, like I hear mostly just trumpets.
yeah.
And I don't know what kind of guitar, it is. Like I don't know, is it a classic guitar or,
Yeah, there's like a classic guitar in it, and then most of them, what's my grandfather actually played, it's called a requinto. And that's like a really small, like almost like it would translate to me as a drummer as a
right.
piccolo snare drum for
Oh,
guitars.
okay.
So it's
Okay.
like it's little and it's not about shred or chords,
Yeah.
but the requinto guitar is extremely percussive. It's got that
Mm.
there's not much like chords going on.
Right. Right.
It's they are definitely it's for a percussive element to kind of from what I gather uh to kind of push the song into a groove and kind of move it along like a train. It's trippy.
Damn.
Trippy shit, man. You
Okay.
gotta have a fast wrist for that.
Right.
It's wild. What is it? It's a good time.
Oh man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did you did you have to do anything like going to school or like did you take drumming in school or high school or
Yeah.
how did that start like actual getting behind a kit or just snare drum?
I had a ditch school, baby.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Nah, I listen, dude. There was a moment in time there was a large gap from my drumming where my drumming actually fully started. There was a large gap because when I was a child, again, I was obsessed with the sounds of Santana and stuff like that. So my mother and my father, thank God, they actually had my back. I think I never showed any sign of like, here, I want to play this instrument. It
Yeah.
was just like, here, play this. And I think it was more my dad because my dad actually loves the drums. He don't play the drums, but he's always
Mm.
loved them. He's always
Okay.
said that to me. He's like, I've always loved the drums. And he bought me him and my mom bought me a single LP conga, like a intro level conga.
Yeah.
So that was my first introduction to the sound of a drum and playing it as a kid. I must have been like 8 or 9 years old, right? But then I didn't actually start playing drums until I was in high school. So there was a huge gap because I mean, East LA, gangster rap, I got caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was it,
Oh.
it was it was what it was. But I that was my intro, but it came back around in high school. I was a sophomore, ending my sophomore year, going into like the summer of 2004, I believe, and
Mm.
I had an elective class. For those watching, what an elective is like maybe it's the same meaning. You get to choose like a fun class that's not like a mandatory like math or English. So I
Yeah.
had an elective and I just chose piano. Shocker, right? I
What?
chose piano. I didn't give a dude. I didn't give two shits about playing piano like at the time. I was just like it was a moment and a period to fuck off. That's what it
Right.
was. You know what I'm saying? But within that time of fucking around and fucking off, there's a keyboard and there were electric keyboards and there was drum samples on the keyboard. We could change the program.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I was up in there like changing the programs on the keyboard, being a class clown. But I'll tell you, the band director, his name was Frankie Nohos. I always drop his name because he is like a very pivotal reason of why the trajectory of my life changed. Because I was
Right.
hanging out with some knuckleheads at that point in my life, you know what I mean, and
Mm.
trying to do knucklehead stuff and distracted, if you will, just part of my life and my
Right.
my lineage, if you will. Uh, in this case, I'm like in piano, and this dude, bro, he must have heard something immediately. Like he, because for whatever reason, he pulled me aside after class, and I was literally under the impression, yeah, I'm in trouble again, cool, whatever,
Mm.
clowning around, trying to be attention seeker. So he's like, listen, if you want to mess around, that's one thing. But if you want to play drums or hear the drums for real, because it's all I did was change it to drums.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you come after school and watch the drum line? I'm like, what? That's nerds. Nah.
Right.
Yeah, cool. I'll watch the drum line. Something told me, Will, that one of those days, before summer break, I went to go see the drum line,
Yeah.
and what did I feel? I felt that same feeling as a child when I was listening to Santana, like
Mm.
groove,
Yeah.
all drums, just and I got chills, I got goosebumps thinking about it right now.
Dude.
I got this feeling of not belonging quite yet, but I had this feeling of something familiar and
Yeah.
something safe and cool and weird.
Yeah.
It shook me to the core. So what happened is I went and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. How do I do that? Can I do that? And he's like, yeah, you can do that. It's a class. I'm like, band's a class?
Right.
Word?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you get a grade for it. I'm like, interesting. Okay. That summer, I went to my first band camp and I joined the drum line immediately, and the
Dude.
rest was absolutely history. I started my first band in that same room.
Really?
Yeah, through members of that band, through high school band, because everybody played different instruments. Like my
Yeah.
first guitar player played trumpet,
You're
like
right.
that. He also played trumpet. So uh, that's where I started my first band. That's where I met most of like my first real friends that I felt were good for me, and
Right.
healthy friends, creative
Mm.
artists, and
Mm.
that was it, bro. I was like people were throwing me. I was learning different kinds of music, and I was just obsessed
Right.
with and then after I started my first band, and I heard claps and like people doing mosh pits and playing at the pep stand, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this forever. This is what I want. I don't want anything else.
You're
Nothing
right.
else mattered, man. So
Yeah,
that's that's where it all began, and I really never looked back ever since then. That was over 20 years ago. So uh,
dude, man, that's awesome.
thanks. It
That's
is
that's
pretty
awesome.
remarkable, and but I really owe it to that digital keyboard and my band director.
Right.
Hmm.
So when did you go over since you were playing band music back then,
Yeah.
um playing the band music, were you also playing like who were you listening to back then to get into metal
Yeah, damn. I
or
mean,
rock or whatever you were listening to?
it
Like,
transitions fast.
yeah,
It happened so quick, and it'll make so much sense to you. It happened so quick, bro. It was so fast. It went again, I was deep in I had that Mexican sound, right?
right.
That I grew up with. I had the love for Santana and percussion. And then I had LA. I had gangster rap. I had West Coast gangster rap.
Mm,
I had Ice,
yeah.
obviously. Cypress Hill, Cube, Dre, Snoop, Warren
Mm.
G, DJ Quick. I had an obsession with Bone Thugs and Harmony, like
Oh,
deep, just because I think they're so percussive too, right? It's
yes, they
just
are. The
it
way they
it
rap.
ugh. It was
Yeah,
such a cadence. These were cadences to me. You know, I was
yeah,
learning what a cadence was in high school, like a drum cadence and these terms and so that gangster rap thing happened. It's like where how the hell did you happen from rap and Mexican music to metal? It happened in the band room, and I had one particular person that I have to thank for that. It's my first bass player. His name is Randy Escobedo, and he's from El Monte, where I grew up, and he was it. Like he was an encyclopedia of metal. Like he was the metal guy at the school that knew everything. And
yeah.
he's the guy that walked home carrying his bass on his back with the long hair and the baggy pants and
Right.
his headphones, just like
Right.
that's the dude that Randy was, if I can paint the perfect picture, right?
Mm.
And we started a band together. You know, he would hang out because he had the guitar class, same teacher. The guitar class, the piano class, and all the music classes was the same band director, right? So
Okay, yeah.
all these people would end up hanging at one point, no
Right.
matter if it was a guitar class, a piano class, band. So this cat would hang out and he's like, yo, like, I heard you play drums. I'm like, I mean, I don't have a drum kit, but yeah, I play drums. Like, what's up?
Right.
Like, and I ended up borrowing a neighbor's drum kit for a while, like just to jam. And this dude would come over to my house and we would jam shit like Rage Against the Machine, uh,
Yeah.
I mean, shockingly, like Steppenwolf and like Born to Be Wild, like easy songs that I can, because I had
Oh,
never
yeah.
jammed, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So then this dude's like, yo, I think it's about time we like get you educated on some shit. I'm like, all right, what's up? Like, and this was like the early days of like stereos had just kind of shifted to CD players, and now CD players were ramping up to MP3
Yeah.
CDs,
Yeah.
where you can load a bunch of songs on a CD.
Yeah.
And then it was the early phases of an external hard drive, but it was like the first ones, like it was the size of a freaking VCR, bro. Like the hard drives were
Yeah.
like another computer. So he's like, "Yo, I got you this brick,
Right.
this hard drive of all the songs and music
Mm.
and bands you should be listening to." And he's just like, go to town. And I was having an obsessive mind. So I was like, I'm gonna stay up all night. I'm gonna listen to all this stuff. And that was the first time I'd ever heard Slayer. First time
Mm.
I'd ever heard Maiden. First time Metallica,
Yeah.
Megadeth, Dream Theater. This dude knew it all, like from all
Damn.
walks of life of metal. Uh, Sepultura,
Yeah.
big influence on me.
Yeah.
Just to name a few. And then, we were jamming basic songs that were hyped up in the moment. System of a Down and songs are
Mm.
on the radio. So I
Yeah.
feel like these crossovers happen so casually that the more I think about it, the more shocking it is to me. I'm like, wait, it all makes sense to me. Like, I love soul music and mariachi music and Mexican music and funk music, the LA stuff and NorCal stuff, Bay
Hmm.
Area funk.
Yeah.
And it makes sense why I attached to Rage Against the Machine, early,
Hmm.
funky rap.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, cool. I get it.
Yeah.
It made sense to me why I connected with System of a Down. They were all like in cahoots and homies at the time and like doing the same tours and from the same area, LA, you know what I mean? They're all from
Yeah.
LA. So uh and then Cypress Hill like having that rock, rock superstar and that what they did with Chino and the Deftones back in the day and
Oh
like
man.
it all made
Oh
sense to me. It all
yeah.
like I understand now the more I talk to people about it where it all came from and how it happened. It's like each band had its moment for me and it all made sense why I attached to specific bands. There's the
Yeah.
highlights, there's
Yeah.
the highlights and the highlights are like the ones that I mentioned. Cypress Hill, Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down, Slayer,
Yep.
Megadeth, Metallica, and then like that new wave came around, right? New
Yeah.
wave, Lamb of God, Kill
Yep.
Switch Engage,
Hmm.
the list Unearth, the
Oh
list
man.
goes on. List goes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
These I was at the right place at the right time with the right people, and I owe it all to those people. That's it. That's what I owe
Yeah.
it to. Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna say your sense of groove is is awesome.
Man, thank you.
No, the way you lay down, just I know you got some feet, but your pocket,
Mm,
damn.
thank you.
That's
That
all I can
is
say.
that
That's
is
that's what I can say.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
That is hip hop. That is soul music and slower feel music.
Hmm.
I feel differently. And
Yeah.
that's Santana. Like
Oh man.
that's what that is. Like that's where the la pasión, the passion for my drumming, even playing metal or
Yeah.
whatever I'm playing,
Yeah.
that passion is from like the soul music that I grew up listening to. Like, bro, I can talk to you on an entire other podcast about all the music that I grew up listening to, like sounds of my father and my mother,
Yeah.
and the sounds of my neighborhood, like the Delphonics and like,
Oh man.
dude, and like fuck,
No.
and then like the Chicano stuff, like El Chicano and like Malo and the Midnighters and
Right.
like all the stuff, like it's I can literally talk to you about it for days, but that is where my pocket comes from. I think if thank you for that. That's
Yeah.
where my pocket comes from. That's where my passion and my feel comes from,
Yeah.
and that's some shit you can't teach. I try to tell people that I'm like, you really can't teach a feeling.
Yeah.
Uh, your unfortunately your upbringing and your background and your what you were like kind of exposed to is what's going to formulate the type of musician that you are.
Yeah.
Doesn't I mean you can learn technique, you can learn rudiments and time signatures and all that stuff. You
Yeah.
cannot learn feel.
That is
You
the
can't learn it. You
God.
have to teach yourself that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have to teach
Exactly.
yourself that. And
Yeah.
nobody can teach you that. You will find it.
Right.
Everybody has it in them to feel.
Yeah.
Like that's something I always say. Like you have it in. It's already in you, dude. You just
Hmm.
gotta like peel out all the distraction and the bullshit, and then you'll find that feel.
Right.
But damn, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Dude. Yeah, that's the like the one thing I love about your drumming in Lamb of God because some of that stuff that's in there, it got
Hmm.
some, oh my gosh, it got a lot of pocket up in there.
Yeah, of
Especially stuff that, before you got in the band,
course.
I feel more from you. That the groove parts that are in there,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, and you hit hard, like those
yeah,
spots where it's just grooving, those I know that you're just like, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna like,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
love that.
That's the
Love it.
passion. That's the passion. That's the I ain't mad. Or maybe I was mad that day. Whatever. You never know. But that's just the passion that I have for the instrument and
Right,
the position that I've been put in and the music that I'm playing. Dude, Lamb was one of my favorite, not even one of my favorite bands, like my favorite metal band growing up. Like,
right.
yeah, the Metallicas and the Megadeths and the Maidens and the Slayers.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot avoid that. You can't avoid
Yeah.
it. But I connected with I'm almost 40. I'm 38 now,
Yeah.
and I'm that's just what I was a part of, that when it was happening, when the early 2000s were happening, the mid 2000s, and they were popping off.
Yeah.
I attached to it. I was able to grow with that era. And that's our my era. So
Mm,
thanks, man.
yeah.
It means a lot. I like to do as best I can with even with the old songs, and like the old songs were very precise.
Yeah.
Like sometimes robotic at some points, So like
Hmm.
it was actually a challenge for me to approach the kit the way I do. Um,
Yeah.
Somebody who plays with a slight looser, swing and elbows up side to
Y-
side. You know that.
Right.
Have you ever seen a cholo like dancing
Yeah.
in
Oh,
time?
dude. Yes.
You have
Dude.
to.
Oh, right. Do you ever
Yeah,
watch those dancers though?
I do.
Do
I
you?
do. Yeah,
Dude, I think it's so sick,
yeah,
like the what they do with their bodies and like it's so because of all of
yes,
it.
yeah.
The way they how they move and stuff like that. I don't know if you're into that, but
It's a
to me,
different thing though. That's
yeah.
that's like to me, that's like tech death metal.
Oh.
And, like pop locking.
Yeah.
And then you have like you're dancing with your lady and you're grooving
Right.
to soul music and you're
Right.
just doing this.
Right.
I have to find the in between.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Dude, there's one thing.
Yeah,
Since we're both from well, I'm not from SoCal. I'm originally from Maryland,
yeah,
but I moved out here 20 years ago.
yeah.
But how come we, since we lived in the SoCal, the Inland Empire,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how come we never met, man?
I don't know. That's kind of annoying though, right? I don't know.
Because I worked at Guitar Center out in Rancho
In
Cucamonga.
Rancho?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I didn't meet you. Like I met Kevin, back then. Like
Yeah. I mean, so it's a trip. I mean, so like, here's why. I think I know the answer. I hung out there a lot, not as much as you would think,
right.
only because my first few bands, my first band in East LA and Almani in South Almani was we were playing the backyards. I was a kid though. I was like 16, 17 years old. We were playing backyards on that side of town, east of LA. So
Okay,
not
yeah.
as far into the Inland Empire.
Right.
And then we'd end up going west and we were playing like in Compton all the
Oh,
fucking time.
oh
All the
wow.
time. And there was a high school that we played at a lot, Dominguez High, and that's in Compton.
Okay.
Uh, and we'd played there several times, and we grew our first little fan base there, and then started playing backyard shows in all throughout East LA. And that was my first band, but I never really left that area.
Yeah.
Then when I turned like 18, 19 years old, 20 even, right before I joined Winds of Plague, I was playing in a band called Azusa from like Puente Hills, and uh, we would play in the Inland Empire, like all the time.
Right.
Rancho,
Yeah.
Nitty Gritty, which was a church. That's where I met Kevin. That's where I
Oh,
met Kevin.
okay.
So I was only going out there for those gigs at first.
All right.
And then in 2008, I joined Winds of Plague, and they were from Rancho and
Hmm.
Upland and that whole
Yeah.
area. So
Yeah.
I'd go hang with them and we'd go hang there. So, but I wasn't like in the scene. Like you wouldn't have caught me at the Showcase Theater like all the time,
All right.
or you
Okay.
wouldn't you wouldn't have caught me shopping at that Rancho Guitar
Go
Center.
center. Yeah.
So it's interesting you say that, but that's probably the reason I was there all the time, but I also wasn't there.
Cause, cause I had a neighbor. I
Uh-huh.
guess he worked at Sam Ash.
Okay, I did
And
too.
did you work? Did you really?
It's the only like clock in job that I had ever worked in for real, like for a stable job for a long time. Like I was out of high school. Sam Ash in Puente Hills off the 10 or the 60, excuse me, off the 60
60.
freeway in
Yeah.
Puente Hills. It's not
Yeah.
there no more. Obviously,
Right.
no Sam Ashes are, but
Right. Yeah.
that was pivotal for me too, though. But like working in the drum department, like
Yep.
The first time
Yeah.
I had seen like instructional VHSs and DVDs and
Uh-huh.
Modern Drummer magazines and like I get to play all these kids.
Right.
Oh, dude, word. On my lunch break only? Okay. I
Oh,
wouldn't
right.
even
Yeah.
eat. I wouldn't even
Right.
eat. I was just sitting on the electronic kits, just shredding. Man, good times.
Oh,
But that's the
man.
trip. That's the trip. I mean,
Yeah.
I never found myself going to that guitar center, like
Right. That's all
in
right.
Rancho.
Yeah.
Cold
I was
blooded, man.
I was just wondering because like man, I forgot the dude's name now that I guess he used to work at that Sam Ash.
Hmm.
He's like, oh man, he'd be, coming through there all the time. And I'm like, and he also worked there. I'm like Art. I'm like, I've been hearing about this guy Art for years.
No shit.
Like, yeah, your name came up all the time. Like for metal guys, Art. It's like you got to know this dude named Art. I'm like, I don't know this dude. Who's this guy Art? Like
What a trip. That is crazy. I didn't know that.
yeah, man, your name was coming up all the time. I'm telling you,
I was trying to play in all the bands, bro.
right?
And you know what, Will? I was I was trying to do anything. I'll play drums. Okay, what else? I'll load, I'll sell your merch. I was hungry.
Yeah,
Like, man, I was hungry. And that's why I was playing in like so many different bands or trying to and hanging out at all the shows. And I mean, shit. The Inland Empire, bro, has a very special place in my heart for the reason of my first real big band wins, if you want to call them a big band. Like any
yeah,
success I had with music
yeah,
was with Winds of Plague early, and Rancho was a big part of that. My band before that, always playing the churches, was a big scene, and then uh, mainly like the people I met, all the people I met in the IE.
yeah,
And then like the Suicide Silence guys are all from that
yeah.
area, and that's
Yep.
where I broke down with them. And Alex Lopez, the original drummer for Suicide Silence, he gave me a big break. Gave me a big break. I was just grinding before I was in Winds. I was his drum tech, and that's how.
Really?
Yeah, so I was out there in the Inland Empire and stuff like that, working for him, and we jumped on that first Mayhem Fest tour. Uh, that was a big. I don't even know if I went out for any money. I was probably making like $50 a week.
Right. Oh
Didn't give a
man.
fuck.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't about that. I just like I was telling you, I wanted to do it all. I wanted to do anything to get to the next point. Like what do I need to do?
Yeah.
So uh IE special. So you're still
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh
Good
man.
times, dude. Good times.
Shout
Good
out to
times.
Suicidal.
Yeah. Like dude,
You
that
know?
scene is so
Uh
there's its own thing, you know what I mean? It's its
yeah.
own thing. Uh and I did find myself going to the showcase a few times. Then my godmother lived out in Corona, so I'd always end up in that area. So like, man, no matter how east I was in LA of LA, I'd always end up more into the Inland Empire all the time. Like, always was around there. So that's crazy.
Oh man.
That's
Man,
wild.
man, let's get into Wings a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wings of Plague. Um when did you join that group, man?
So in 2008, when I was jumping and teching for Alex from Suicide Silence, Winds of Plague and Suicide Silence had the same manager at this time
Oh,
in '08. So when I was on that Mayhem Fest tour, Winds was on a tour called the Thrash and Burn tour. I think it was like Darkest Hour was headlining
wow.
Parkway Drive. This was like one of those early like stacked type of tours where there's like 15 bands playing like
Yeah.
the House of Blues or something like that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Uh, so they were up on tour, and I had been around the same circles with Winds of Plague plenty of times just through selling merch and working. I was working for this band Antagonist from Whittier at the time too,
Right.
selling their merch, and that's how I had met the Winds of Plague guys. And long story short, for the most part, I was on that Mayhem Fest tour, and I guess their drummer, Winds of Plague's drummer, was like stealing money from them or some shit. Yeah, it was
Oh.
cold blooded, and they like were like, "Yo, you're out,"
Oh,
you're
right.
out,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, uh, that's crazy. And I'm finishing up a tour, and I think the word just got around, kind of like apparently my name,
All
like,
right.
yo, this is the guy. He can like fill the spot for the time being type of shit. So it was a fill-in
Yeah.
thing for a minute. And I flew from the Mayhem Fest, the last show, which was in Buffalo, New York. Man, I remember this like it was yesterday. I got on a plane. They're like, yo, you got to learn like 8 songs. I'm like, okay. I went to my mom's where I was living still at my mom's, and I jumped straight into the garage for one full day.
Yeah.
Learned as much as I could on a drum kit. Flew to Phoenix the next day to Andrew Glover, the bass player's,
Ah,
yeah,
yeah,
Inland Empire
Andrew.
cat, you know.
Yeah.
Flew to his dad's house in Arizona,
Right.
and we didn't even rehearse. We rehearsed with an acoustic guitar in my lap. Talk
Wow.
about getting thrown into the fire, but the story of my life, I've always been thrown into it.
Yeah.
So I learned these songs and we play and we rip. We play at the there's a theater in Phoenix. Man, I wish I knew the Marquee Theater. Damn, I
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice venue.
It is, dude, for me, coming from where I was coming from, bro, that was
Yeah.
the biggest venue I'd ever seen in my life.
Oh.
I was like, whoa.
Ooh.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Can you imagine that, bro?
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
important moments. But I flew out there, did one gig, and it was the best we'd ever played, probably. And I remember it so vaguely. I only remember setting up my drums, which weren't my drums, it was the other dude's shit. And
Right.
I'm like trying to figure this out and like what are
Yeah.
we gonna do? And like freaking out, nervous like you were when that Offspring gig was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Freaking out, nervous like when I got the Lamb call, like freaking the same feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm out there and we play the gig and it goes great, but I don't remember any of the show. I was blacked out. Like I was like panicked, fear, just like deer in headlights, not sure. Like I don't
Oh.
remember the show. I don't remember it at all. But I'll tell you what, finished that tour, went back to LA on that tour, and that's we had played the House of Blues in LA.
Yeah.
First time I had ever got to play that House of Blues, and I was like, this is so cool. Like
Yeah.
this is so cool. My parents came out, it was a whole thing, and it was a big moment for me. And
Dude.
and the rest was pretty much history with wins, and that's how they asked me after that in a Taco Bell, like, hey, you want to be in the band? I'm like, all right, cool, let's do this. And that went on until about 2012. So it was crazy. Good. It
Man,
was a good chunk of time, a great time in my life to learn a lot. Yeah,
man. So I know you mentioned Andrew. Andrew,
yeah,
what
hmm
up?
yeah.
If he ever sees this podcast, did you work with Davey, the keyboardist, or
Oberlin, David.
yeah,
Yeah. So Davey came in when I rejoined Winds of Plague late 2000. I mean, shoot, I don't even remember what year it was. Must have been like 17 or 18 or something like that. We did one record and we kind of brought the band back together in a sense. After I left in 2012, they didn't really stay a band too much longer after that.
yeah.
And then they had a lot of lineup changes. I think Andrew had left, and the two guitar players had left, the keyboards had left, and it was just a whole thing. So
Oh wow.
we kind of regrouped, me and John, the singer, and we put together a lineup to
Right.
kind of do it again.
Yeah.
We must have did like a tour and a half
Right.
with Davey,
Yeah.
and we had Davey actually on guitar at that
Oh,
moment. Yeah, so Davey did one tour with us, and then we just kind of like tried to do it again, and it just wasn't working out, so it went away again.
yeah.
But we did a record, and by we I mean me, John, and the guys in Bad Omens co-wrote it with us.
Oh,
Can you believe that? They
I
were, I
didn't
mean,
know that.
that band is massive now.
Yeah.
Nobody really.
Wow.
Man. It's a record that was so. I feel like Wins that always put music out before its time, and it just never got that wave of like visibility. I think it was
Right.
just too much for the time. But we had written a great record with those guys, and it kind of just got buried. You know, we had this like short excitement of a comeback with a new lineup,
Yeah.
and it didn't hold on, you know. So that is what it is. I mean, I ended up joining Lamb of God not far long after that. You know,
Right.
I'd already been doing Prong, uh, which I'm sure we could talk about that too. I mean,
Oh
shit,
yeah.
that
We're going to.
that was crazy, man. One
R-
dude. That was crazy too.
Oh,
Again, back to it. Yeah.
so after that all happened,
Yes, sir.
you got into Prong.
Yeah. So
How
it's
did that
what
happen?
this is cool too. Man, this talk about always making friends everywhere. This is one of the most important things that I always tell people. Like,
Yeah.
try your very best to just be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like them, you got to work with people. Just, uh, Winds of Plague in 2008. Yeah, 2008, when I had like maybe it was like the second tour I'd ever done. First official tour as like a member, if you will.
Yeah.
We did the Danzig Blackest of the Black tour. It
Okay.
was Danzig, Dimmu Borgir, Winds of Plague, Moonspell from Portugal, and a band called Skeleton Witch.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Killer tour. Still in the vans at the time. It was great. It was really awesome.
Oh
But
man.
this tour, I'm prefacing the Prong thing here.
All right. No,
There
you're
was a
good.
guitar player that was playing with Danzig, and his name was Tommy Victor, who was Tommy Victor from Prong. And that was my initial introduction to Tommy and getting to know him on that tour. We did about 4 weeks, and we broke down over. We became real close over first the Dodgers because we loved the Dodgers,
Right.
and Tommy's an old New Yorker, and he loved the Brooklyn Dodgers back in the day. Or not. He just has the history. Loves the history of the Brooklyn Dodgers, if I can remember correctly. So we
Right.
bonded over baseball, and that was in 2008. Fast forward, what, 4 years? Uh, I quit Winds of Plague, and I'm jobless. I have no band. I'm like, what do I do? Am I done? What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
This, that, and the other. So like, I was taking part-time jobs with Live Nation. I was working for this vape company called G Pen, which is still around.
Yeah.
Uh, it was a startup at the time, and
Mm.
just trying to work, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting this call. We do this thing where I'm with G Pen. I'm working in an office, and I'm like, man, do I want like what am I doing? Like I'm out watching my friends going back on tour. Like Winds of Plague had a little bit of success. I'm like, what the hell am I doing out here? So I started making phone calls and poking and like, hey, if anybody's looking for somebody to work or whatever. And it's one of those things. You have to have some humility and a lack of an ego to go down and
Yeah.
go downwards, if you
Yes.
will. I
Yep.
had some success with Winds of Plague, and I mean, shit, I had a drum tech, Kevin. Kevin was my
Yeah.
drum tech, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, on a bus, like
Yeah.
cool, big time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Big time. And I'm like, these things, I craved it, and I wanted it so bad, bro. So I'm like, I'll do anything again. So I
Right.
got this call from Mike Gitter. I don't know if you know Mike
Ah, I
Gitter.
know Mike
Yeah.
Gitter.
All right.
Yeah.
So of course we know Mike Gitter. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Right.
come on, hey, all right. Mike calls me. This is my Mike phone call. Hey, Art, what's going on? Mike Gitter. Uh, Prong's going on tour. They need a driver. I heard you're available. I'm available.
Right.
When's the gig? Let's go.
Right.
I sold merch, drove, and drum teched for Prong.
Oh man.
After I was in a somewhat successful band like Winds of Plague, and I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to be back on the road, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking driving overnight the Sprinter van. I'm like not
Yeah.
giving a shit, doing merch, the whole bit.
Yeah.
And there's a moment in time you gotta always be ready. I'm
Yeah.
always playing drums, chops, keep your chops up.
Yeah.
And we're playing Kansas City or something like that, and there's a day off. And there's just an incident that gets pretty nasty between him and the old drummer. And
Oh.
the drummer just goes home. Like, see you later, I'm out. And it's a pretty intense scenario for me at the moment. Like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, so what are you guys gonna do? Like, whoa. And then I'm not really realizing, like, oh well, I can play this shit.
Right.
Like, I'm right here. You want me to play? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, I think so. Like, again, me and Tommy were homies from that Winds of Plague tour back in the day, right? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, yeah, you're the guy. Let's we jump into a Guitar Center rehearsal spot in 2000, yeah, 12 or something like that. First Knot Fest ever.
Oh.
Big rock show. We're playing after Gojira. This is the time. Yeah, isn't it wild?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like panicking. Same feeling again. Here's that feeling again. You're thrown
Yeah.
into it, Art. You're thrown into it. Holy shit, what am I gonna do? Okay, oh my God. We probably played 8 songs, something like that. We play 8 songs. I crush it. We crush it. Same scenario.
Right.
And Randy Bly, my singer of Lamb of God now, he comes on stage with us because Lamb of God's playing. It's their first show back after Randy's return from
Oh,
the Czech incident, and
yeah. Oh my gosh.
so I'm like stoked to see my old homies in Lamb. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
hey, it's good to see you guys. Blah blah blah. And Randy comes and does London Dungeon, and we cover London Dungeon by the Misfits, and we play it at Knotfest together. Crazy moment. I got
Yeah.
the gig then and there. Prong. I did that until 2018, 2012 to 2018.
Wow. So you did how many albums you did? What, 3 albums
I
with
believe
Prong?
three. Yeah, yeah, three with Prong. One more importantly, the one that was really good to me and that I actually played on like physically, because a lot of the stuff was like programmed and like we did it together, me and Chris Colliard, and played some of it and did V drums and all kinds of other shit like that. So,
Yeah.
but the one that was like really special that I learned a lot from Tommy was from the covers album, the songs from the Black Hole that we did.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say that,
Yeah.
like that was all cover tunes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and you know why, Will? That one was crucial, not only on a playing field for playing and jamming. Uh it was an educational time because I didn't come up deep in the punk rock scene. Like I wasn't big on the punk thing. I was a thrash metal kid,
Yeah.
hip hop kid.
Yeah.
Wasn't the punk and metal thing, they come together at certain point, certain to a certain degree, but these classic punk bands, from Black Flag, Husker Du,
Yeah.
I mean, shoot,
You got Bad Brains on there.
Bad Brains, Sisters
Yeah.
of Mercy, like Fugazi, like
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
had, I
Yeah.
didn't have a clue. That's the,
Right.
the the honest truth is I had no idea who any of these bands were. Like I didn't know enough, and that moment in time, uh, really educated me and really like showed me another side of another culture of music, and that's punk, and then I started to understand the metal thing more. I was like, okay, this is like where thrash metal comes from, and this is where like all that those inspirations and that like lyrical poetry, man, like that, like fucking intense stuff. So it was a big moment, and my time I had in Prong was nothing short of like educational to me. It was very educational. I learned a lot, and Tommy was he school of hard knocks rather than like he wasn't gonna write it out for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He didn't
Yeah.
write it out for me. I kind of like learned just by being present in that situation and in that environment. Um, and it was cool. I owe a lot to him, and it was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? But when that phone call comes for Lamb of God, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Like once in a lifetime opportunity for me. I've been thrown into shit
Yeah.
so abruptly. Why not throw myself into something
Right.
when the call comes? Yeah, crazy.
Dude, I was just gonna say, the songs from the Black Hole,
Hmm.
you absolutely crushed it.
Thanks, man. It's
Yeah, absolutely crushed it, with all those cover tunes.
I didn't
Um,
know what I was like, dude. I was learning in there, you know, and
but your
that's
punk was great, man.
thanks. It's interesting that I appreciate you saying that because the answer is simple. Like you, you show up. You got to just show up and be open minded and I was probably a little shit during that time too. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to like think I knew what the fuck I was doing with Wind. Like, oh, I thought I knew what I was doing in Winds of Plague. Like success, blah.
Right.
Nah. Like to go back down to being a driver and a merch guy to then like working my way back up in the industry.
Yeah.
When you fall, you got to get back up and just show some, accountability when you're wrong and right, and when you're right, like do it with class. And I tried my best to do that with Prong, and it was so fun. It was so
Dude.
fun, and I learned so much, man. I learned like from somebody who had been doing it a long time, and kind of like you got to show respect where it's due. And Tommy's one of those guys that
Mm.
he's been around the fucking block, you know. He
Yeah,
he knows what's up, and I'm glad that I took uh everything from that experience and kind of put it into my own little like version of how I took it and blossomed from it
dude.
even more.
I I have to say, my favorite work of yours from Prong is 0 Days. Um, Absolutely just killed it. First track. Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, out the gate, dude. I
Oh, look.
mean, I owe those drum parts that to Chris Collier, who was the producer who produced that.
All right.
I him and Tommy were like obviously the main songwriters. I don't play guitar. I don't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
but when I was able to kind of get my input and give my input, and they accepted it, I was able to fine tune all that shit with Chris, and he's like a very talented. I mean, that dude, he went on to do a lot of stuff with Korn and things like
Mhm.
that. So Chris Collier, shout out that guy rules. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
That guy really rules, and great time. You know, more learning, more
Yeah.
more learning, and educating myself on how people work. Everybody works differently, and
Right.
it really my time in all those bands and teching for bands, it really I believe it set me up for uh, my entry to Lamb of God.
Dude.
Yeah,
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, eRecord Studio, the new way musicians rehearse, record, and share their e-record sessions on social media. Visit ERS on erecordstudio.com. Download this amazing app on Google and Apple Apps stores.
yeah.
Speaking of Lamb of God,
Oh yeah.
um, let's fast forward to 20, what is it,
18.
19?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay, 2018. So how'd you sit in for Mr. Chris Adler?
Man, listen.
How did
So
that happen?
again, it's kind of like an interesting thing. Keep your friends, you know, make more friends, make as many friends as you can. Me
Yeah.
and Lamb had been friends since 2010, officially.
Okay.
Officially, we were friends.
Right.
It it was like Wins was doing the Mayhem Fest. We were
Right.
opening on the side stage. Lamb was on the main stage, and that was like when I had a moment of like we really bonded as brothers, as friends. Man, we had such a blast. I was practically riding with Lamb of God the whole tour. My
Oh
band hated
wow.
me. It was great. It
Right.
was a good time. It was like I was like I'm just gonna ride with Lamb of God then. Peace. I'm
Right.
out. Uh, it was it was a
Uh,
friendship. I hadn't known it. I didn't know him 18. Damn. 2018. That's 8 years, right? Jeez,
yeah.
my math is terrible.
Oh, you're right.
I didn't know 8 years later I would get a call, but that's the importance of holding on to your friends and building up your relationships and like really cherishing them, you know, and staying friends. And we had hung out so many times. I'd left on tour with them so many times and just like hanging out. I was the hangout guy. I
Right.
just used to hang out. Uh, so I had been living in Toronto at the time, and I they were playing on that first leg of the Slayer tour,
Right.
and we I just came out to the show. I'm like, yeah, I want to come hang out, you know, as we always do. Like, I'm gonna come hang out. We do, and I didn't know it then, but I was like, man, yeah, I got to see them. It was a fun to reconnect with them in person. I hadn't seen them in a few years, and I didn't think anything of it. It was just like I went to the show, I came back home. That's it.
Right.
Cool. See you guys soon. You know,
Oh,
it wasn't but a month, not even less than a month later that I got a phone call, and it was like, hey, uh, sup? I'm like, hey, what's going on? You know, and it was simply, what are you doing for the next few months this summer? I was like, what? I don't know. Like, he's like, you got anything going on? It was John Campbell, and he's like, hey, you got
oh,
anything going on? And
yeah.
I was like, I think Prong has like, I think we had like four festivals in Europe or something like that.
Right.
He's like, well, four festivals, yeah. He's like, but what about like 4 weeks? I was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, you think you can fill in for us? I'm like, are you fucking for real? And it was one of those things, instantaneous answer. I didn't think about it, think twice. My gut. I remember how it went, and it was like, I didn't think like, let's see, what do I got going on? I didn't care. I was just like, yo, yes, I'm available. Let's do it. I worried about all the details later,
Yeah.
and I didn't ask questions. I didn't get into anything. And I was just like, yes, done. Send me
Yeah.
the details, whatever. It's like, all right, cool, man. We'll be in touch, and somebody will be in touch. And that's when management got in touch with me later that week. And here's the sitch. Here's how many songs. Here's the tour. Here's the rate. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
All right.
So
Yeah.
fast, so fast, Will. And these are my friends, all of them,
Yeah.
every single member.
Yeah.
So when I got asked to go up to bat and step in, I said, "Yes, you guys are my boys, of course." Before anything, and then I had to figure out how was I going to get out of the prong thing, and I had to call Tommy and tell him, "Listen, bro, like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I am not going to let this slide by. There's no chance. You know, I
Yeah.
apologize. I wanted to help him find a fill-in. He wanted to handle it himself. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, that was that. That was how I pretty much exited Prong. That was it. Like
Wow.
I think I pretty much just gave up my spot is what it was. And in his right and Tommy's right, I probably did. Like, yeah, that's it. You know, it was enough in advance I felt, but sometimes if it's not your band, you don't understand how things work. So,
Yeah.
you know, but in any case, I that was it. I had about 3 or 4 weeks rehearsing the songs, and jumping on a plane about a month later to go to Richmond, rehearse one time, fly to New Hampshire, play my first show in front of like, was it 18,000 people
Oh my gosh.
on the Slayer tour. That was it. That's literally it. That's how, and then it just like, just kept going. We just kept going, and it bloomed and it blossomed and it became a thing. And I just stood in my lane. And up until this day, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I'm just trying to show up. And
Yeah.
it's a constant uh storybook, this whole thing. You know, this is my favorite band. They're my boys,
Yeah.
yes, but before they were my boys, they were my favorite metal band. So it's always still a weird, like, I gotta like pinch me and like,
Yeah.
you know, thank God I haven't lost that feeling, because I truly feel like if you lose that, then I don't know what you're doing in that particular project. Like,
Yeah.
I am so stoked. I am still a fan, and I take that approach.
Dude, man.
So
I forgot how many albums you did with them. What was it since the COVID days or
yeah, my first one was, it got released on in 2020.
right?
Uh, so that was rough, and what a weird time. Uh, that was the self-titled album. I can't believe I'm already on 3 albums. That's wild to me.
Wow.
It's
That's
wild to
it?
me. Yeah,
I think
hey, that ain't it. It's 25%. They got 10 full lengths. I'm on 25% of this. No, yeah,
oh
it's uh it's wild.
right.
Even to this point, like the records I've done, and the constant learning, bro, the constant growth and constant like just like trying to get better, and not only
Yeah.
personally but like as a drummer, and like I stopped trying to outdo myself now, and I
Right.
just kind of like I let my soul speak now, and now it's just like, hmm, come on.
Dude.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good times. It's good. It's good.
Oh man. So when did you finally get the actual call of like you're officially Lamb of
Yeah,
God's drummer?
it's like the summer. It was later the following, like, damn, talk about like a year flying by. I think it was like, or springtime. It was 2019, and we were doing the Slayer leg in Europe. So
Okay.
their final campaign in Europe, and we had finished the tour. It was like 3 or 4 weeks, and we were in Helsinki, Finland at the last show at the ice hall. I still have the poster and everything. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's I didn't know it then. I was doing my farewell, my goodbyes. I was convinced like, all right, my time, I this is I'm, you know, it's gonna go back to normal. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go find another gig. Like
Yeah. Oh man.
my what a crazy surreal piece to place to be in my head. So I'm like, yo, damn, this is crazy. And these dudes, they must have. I mean, they clearly know. They knew they were gonna
Yeah.
ask me, but they didn't bother to tell me that like till later. And like when I was about to leave for my flight home, like
Oh,
so we're in the dressing room and I'm packed up and I got my poster signed by everybody on the tour. I'm like, thanks
yeah.
guys. This has been awesome. And
Yeah.
they're like, thank you so much for your help and we appreciate you as a friend and thank you for being there for us. And I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
And get home safe. I'm like, fuck. Like that's it. I'm like, nah, what a good time. Memories.
Right.
But I didn't this is something important too, a lesson that I received from the moment and something I can pass on is don't assume that you're the guy. Don't assume that that gig is yours. And I
Yeah.
did not. I did not have a clue. I was like, this is it. This is it. I'm going home. I did my part.
Yep.
I got my suitcase. I'm walking out the door. Door is open. They're actually, hey, actually, hold on 1 second. Come here real quick. I'm like, all right, cool. What's up? What are you doing for like the next bit of like forever? I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean forever? What are you talking about? Like, what do what you got plans? You want to just kind of be in the band indefinitely? I was like, what? I was like, are
Oh
you for
man.
real?
Yeah.
And it must have been like I was so pissed off. Like as friends, I was like, you motherfuckers! Like, how long you been holding on to this? And thankfully, it was just a special moment to just be like, yo, like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this for real? Like,
Yeah.
you want to, be the drummer in Lamb of God? And like, again, uh, stay in my tunnel vision, staying. I'm just like, no questions. Like, yes,
Yeah.
yes. What a dream. And it was just like cool because when we get home, we're gonna start writing immediately. I'm like,
Oh my
yeah, thrown into the fire, Will.
dude,
Thrown
that's
into the
sick.
fire. Yeah,
That's
sick.
still sick.
Yeah. So it was it happened really fast, man. It happened real fast and that's how and then we that's how the news broke out. It was quick, it was happening, and we were like, Art's the new drummer, boom, boom, boom. We're in the studio, let's freaking ride.
Yeah.
Fear,
Yeah. Oh
chaos,
man. Oh
ensued. So
man.
yeah. And then here we are. That was almost damn, in about a couple weeks, it will be the first show that I played with them 8 years ago. Eight
Oh
years.
wow.
8 years ago.
8 years ago. It's that quick already?
Yeah, cold-blooded, bro.
Right? Cold-blooded.
Blooded. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. It's been a journey of discovering and uncovering and growing and learning and just trying to do this damn thing. So
Yeah.
wild.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a difficult question.
Yeah,
It is not on like on our thing.
yeah.
How- And it's hard for me that to even ask.
Hmm.
How's it like to play with Will,
Yeah.
um, knowing that that I don't know how your relationship was with Chris.
Hmm.
How's Will feel about this? Like with you in the spot, because really, dude, you're just honestly for me as a drummer, you're just absolutely just crushing it with them.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
how's Will feel about and everybody else in the band feel about you being the guy?
Yeah. I can't fully speak for them, but all I can say is I've known every single one of them, including Chris, for long enough period of time
Yeah,
to be able to speak from my place and just acknowledge that we have such a flow. We have such a safe space of great communication, brotherhood that is, different. Obviously, Will and his brother. is something I could never understand or touch on that relationship. I have no idea. I've never been in a band with my brother.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. But like I've said for you since the beginning of this interview or this podcast, it's I've always kind of like it's not blinders on, but it's always like, yo, I have a lane. I'm gonna stick in that lane.
Yeah.
So the amount of things that I've been around and the amount of like feelings that I've been around, I actually feel that too because these are all friends. All of them are friends before I wasn't even in a band. They were
Yeah.
all people I looked up to. So I feel like it's always been my place to respect their privacy and respect their opinions on what they are dealing with because I'll tell you what, Will, I have no fucking idea what they're dealing with internally. Like
Yeah.
it's we've kind of just always stood in our own in what we our space
Yeah.
in our if you want to call it what the public calls this era of Lamb of God is something that is so all I can say is it's so different because I was hanging out with all of them before this, you know?
Right. Right.
But I never knew how they were. I don't know how the hell they were before this. Like behind
Right.
closed doors, I have no idea like their relationships. And I know my relationship with my band now is so pure and real, and everybody has come so far personally
Yeah.
that we just focus on on each other. I'm not worried about anything else going on the outside. So honestly, like I hope everything continues to stay the way that we do it. We are in such a flow state right now. It is
Yeah.
just we are I think we found what we are. I think we went through the hurdles of what happens when you replace a band member. Like, you know, there's hurdles you go through. It's not just our band. Every band goes through it
Oh
sometimes and
yeah. Oh
it's
yeah.
so comforting to understand and know that we found our own groove now and man, we are locked.
Oh my.
We are locked. We are
Your last
locked.
your guys' last album, man, you guys threw some difficult, especially in your feet.
Yeah.
Whoo.
Thanks, man. No,
Yeah,
it's
man. I was like, that is so tight.
yeah.
So
Listen,
tight. Oh man.
I think that kind of speaks for the matter itself in how everybody feels about their this new era of Lamb. Like I think I know that Chris is doing creative stuff sometimes. I don't really
Yeah.
see too much on it. I hope he's being creative
Yeah.
because he is a creative mind and he is a creative player and he's influenced so many people. So I think he should be doing creative stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna mind my business and I'm gonna continue to keep tearing shit up in this
There you
band
go.
that I looked up to.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, I forgot what festival this was on, and
Hmm.
I remember Randy came up to me and asked me, he'd say, "Dude, have you met Art yet?" I'm like, "No, bro, I haven't met Art," and I was just setting up my stuff, for with body count or
Yeah.
whatever. And he'd say, "Dude," I was like, "So, how you like Art playing with you guys?" He's like, "Dude, I love it." Like he'd say, "The dude hits hard as fuck."
Yeah.
Like I was like,
I love it.
in him and John, I got to talk to.
Hmm.
John, I love that dude. Same thing. He loves the respect that they give you, man. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is love.
I think it
Um,
is, and
you,
it
you know,
helps. Will it helps that we were homies before, but
right?
that shit is earned. It's not served.
Yeah,
It's not given. It's
y-
I really have to remind myself that
right,
because, and I have to share that with the up and comer or the next generation of drummers and musicians. It's like, yo, like you got to earn it, man. Like, it, I I'll never know if I've earned it. I always say like, okay, they're giving me, letting me swing. I
right,
felt it on this record. I felt it on this record. There was nobody like completely like trying to derail. Not that they ever did, but there wasn't anybody like fully telling me what to do because that first album,
Yeah.
I was like asking a lot of questions, and that was something that I teach too in my clinics. It's like, yo, like communication is crucial. You have to ask the questions. Nobody's gonna like a mind reader and have to tell you what to play. I'm coming into something that is so ex it's so unique and one of a kind. The sound, the Lamb of God sound. It's not
Yeah.
just the sound of the drums. It's the riffs, it's the vocal style, it's the melodies, it's the structures of the songs, it's the feel, it's the swagger, it's the Southern
Yeah.
swagger thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that type of swag. I knew a different swag.
Right.
My swag was elbows up, side to side.
Right.
Theirs was like you know cruising,
Right.
just boom, like a flow that you cannot teach, and they had to like teach me that, and I had to ask questions. So ever since the first album and ever since to where we are now, it's just been a pure joy to kind of see us all do what we do. And now we're just kind of, like I said, we're in the flow state now.
Dude, you
Who
guys
knows
just
what's next? Who knows what's next? I think we're always being creative, and I think we're always doing that. So our live show is better than ever.
oh,
I just recently, bro, I looked at old videos of me playing like the first show,
yeah.
like fan shot photos, and I was like, I hear the difference. I hear there's a lack, there's a timidness to it. There's a
Right.
little bit of fear. And then I go to like the most recent show or something like that we just played. I'm like, dude, there's just the confidence in everybody.
Yeah.
And that's confidence in each other. And that's confidence in what we are and what we become. So it wouldn't have been, it wouldn't be, I wouldn't have chosen any other way for it to happen than
Right.
this way. Like this is the era that I'm focused on, and I'm like, not that it's completely in the rearview mirror, but there's always going to be present that old version. But like, I'm so focused on going forward. That's it.
Dude.
Yeah,
Dude, man.
yeah.
What's it like playing with Randy, man? You know, being
Oh
behind
man,
that dude.
it is poetry in motion, literally. Like
Yeah.
he's I've said it in the past before, and somebody like some news outlet like quoted me all intensely. I was like, I didn't say it like that, but okay. Uh, I had always said, and I'll remind people again. It's like Randy is the greatest heavy metal frontman.
Oh,
I'm not saying he's the
yeah.
greatest singer. I'm not saying he's
Right.
the greatest heavy metal screamer, heavy
Right.
metal lyricist. I'm saying he is the greatest heavy metal frontman.
Yeah.
The man controls the narrative. The man allows you to be a part. You feel like you're with him. You're like, yeah, I'm with you, Randy. It's like you do this. Yeah, Randy, like when you watching him, he's having a
Oh
conversation
my
with you.
gosh.
And
Yeah.
he knows how to communicate with you. He knows how to get you excited and riled up, and he jumps around, he's running around,
Oh,
and that's the least of it. It's not a physical thing. It's a it's a feel thing, bro.
it is.
It is a
All you
feel
guys.
thing.
Oh,
He commands.
yes.
And it's not just it's obviously he hasn't I said this recently, he has reached icon level to me,
Yeah.
especially with his voice. You hear the guy talk and you
Yeah.
know, oh, that's Randy.
You're right.
He's
No.
You hear him scream, oh, that's Randy. You
Yeah.
hear him, like everything that he does, and it is an honor to just be a part of that history. That's gonna go. He will go down in history,
Oh,
forever.
no
And
doubt.
there is nobody like him, and just
Right.
like most singers, there's nobody like you're one of a kind, but Randy's a special one.
Yeah.
So to get to
Yeah.
be behind him every night and like watch him do his thing and like transform and like like the guy's reading the book backstage, and then they come on stage 10 minutes later, he's like screaming at your face. So it's crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
it, to me, like watching you guys, it just seemed like you guys have fun.
Yeah.
Totally. You know, like between like you, there's a connection between the drummer and a singer.
Hmm.
Like you guys, I feel like the connection like I have with Ice. Like but there is a connection between you and him and
Yeah.
just oh man, I can't explain it,
Hmm.
but there is a connection between the drummer and the singer. You know,
Has to
the
there has to be, and if there isn't, you will feel it. You will see it and understand that there's something not going on. And for me and Randy, that's like, I mean, me and Randy connect on so many different things, but we also disconnect on a lot of different things. Randy is like, I don't read as many books as Randy does. I feel like Randy is a lot more book smart than I
yeah,
am. Um, but we bond over street smarts because that guy, I mean, that dude, he's a punk rock cat. Like that dude was living like on couches and streets and like didn't give a fuck. He was
yeah,
really that punk rock guy.
yeah,
So we bonded, not that I was like living homeless, but like I was running amok and like trying to make it and like nowhere was home. Home was always home, my mom's house, hell yeah.
yeah,
But I chose not to be home as much as I could, like to try and make this thing work. And so we
yeah,
bond over the artistry of what we do, and we bond over obviously sobriety and like, staying sober, and we have each other's back with that. And we
yeah,
bond over a lot of things. I mean, the dude is so cultured and well educated. I learn a lot from him and I ask him questions. He's a great teacher.
dude,
He's a great teacher. So to be able to learn from him off the stage and then go on stage and learn from him even more, like and
yeah,
watching him work,
yeah,
killer. Love it.
dude,
I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I'm pretty
dude,
lucky.
that's
Pretty
awesome,
lucky.
man.
Yeah.
What's your two favorite songs you like playing live
I
with
mean,
them? Yeah,
now it's the new music. Obviously, I'm so pumped on but
yeah,
Memento Mori has a special place in my heart because it's on the first record that we did together. It's the
right,
first song, first album,
right,
and that song took off back
yeah.
then. Um, so that one's always special, and that was one of those songs from a drum perspective. I'll nerd out real quick.
There you
It
go.
was so it was it was like the introduction to like, can I get loose a little bit?
Right,
Like me testing the waters, but it was one of those ones that had a lot going on.
yeah,
The rest I kind of just sat and tried to emulate what was already there because I think that was important at the time.
yeah,
But that song speaks a lot to me. And then honestly, as of right now, Parasocial Christ, which is off of our newest album that we
yeah,
started playing on this tour, it's a burner. And I'm like, a lot of those drum parts came from my soul, and I hit really hard on that song.
yeah,
And there's a lot of it's really like bare bones with the footwork. It's like kind of fast, a lot of like really fast double bass, but
yeah.
also there's a lot of hand stuff going on, a lot of like catches and like
Whew.
moments,
Yeah,
moments. I think
right.
those two songs stand out to me currently, but overall, the direction and trajectory that I'm going with drumming wise, it's kind of been, I've actually simplified my approach. And
Okay.
because I did that, and I kind of sat back,
Yeah,
because I did that, it actually creates more space for moments, like drum moments, rather than like I'm doing all this shit the whole time.
yeah.
Like, holy shit, there's like like all the shit going on.
Right.
It I sat back in the pocket more and like let the riff speak, let
Yeah,
Randy fucking speak, and then what's doing that, it created like more moments, like silly. Like air drumming. I said it in a couple of recent interviews. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to create more air drum moments because it's like you can jam to the band,
right.
and out of nowhere you're like everybody's like a moment,
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's so many moments on the Into Oblivion album that I'm so proud of what I came up with, and with Josh Wilbur, our producer, it's been really fun to play the new songs live, dude. Like
Dude.
more to come, I hope. I mean, these dudes, I got to get them to play more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. Okay. Whose idea with the cowbell?
me.
Was it really?
I will say that
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Really?
It's the only song with the cowbell in Lamb of God history. It's great. Uh that song, Thousand Years, I believe.
Yeah.
It's oh my God, it's so fun, dude. It's
I was
so
like,
fun.
okay, all right. I never, like in a Lamb of God song, I never heard a cowbell in any of Lamb of God's songs at all. But
Yeah.
dude, it kills it in that record.
Yeah, it comes right when it needs to. It's at the top, and then it gets reintroduced in the middle of the song, and then at the outro, it's at 3 moments. And it's funny, it sets that riff up. It sets that riff up dramatically. There's no lyrics going. I don't think there's any singing going on during it. It's all groove. Like that's
Yeah.
it's a moment. It's a
Yeah.
moment, and it's all groove. At the top. It's just me and John,
Right.
and then in the middle, it's all of us without lyrics, and at the end, we're like saying goodbye to it, and it just has its moment. So
Dude.
creating moments, I
Yeah.
less is more for me at that. For a lot of parts. I'm glad that you pointed that out. I mean that, and then this is like I think I've found my identity, Will. Like I think I
Yeah.
found my identity as a drummer and I'm on my way. I'm excited for the next one. If I'm being honest
Dude.
with you,
Yeah.
I feel like I found my sound. There's mini timbales that I added. There's a lot of couple fills that have that. There's a long fill in Into Oblivion, the title track. You probably don't
Right.
realize it. In the bridge, there's a long fill that goes from 6 to 8 to rack tom to floor tom, and it goes into the bridge.
Yeah.
It's ignorant. It's mini timbales. There's also mini timbales in the song with the cowbell, like just silly shit like Neil Pearty,
But
Portnoy.
that's cool though.
Yeah, it's fun and it's just like I love the effect. I love the effect. And then uh when we did the Children of the Grave, that Ozzy or that Sabbath
Yeah.
cover,
Oh man, you guys killed that one too.
I use mini timbales in that bit too. It was a whole thing, dude. Yeah,
Oh,
it's been a joy to kind of grow again, like
yeah.
and then develop as a drummer. So I think you pointing out the cowbell, I mean, like, dude, it's simple, but damn it, it's so effective, and I mean,
I
culturally, I'm just like, yeah, ooh,
I just like the way it sticks out.
yeah.
You
You know what's
know? I
funny?
mean,
I'm gonna tell you a fact real here, and now you're gonna when we get done with this, you're gonna have to go back, and anybody watching this, you got to listen to it closely. I only did that. I think I must have did 2 or 3 takes of the cowbell licks.
all right.
You can hear the cowbell changing pitch ever so slightly throughout the song because the final take that we went with,
Yeah.
I had the wrong cowbell. I didn't have the cowbell with the edge protector
Oh,
on it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the way that I play,
Right.
it was shrinking.
Oh man, you were murdering that thing.
I was like
Oh,
"Argh." So
right,
at the top of the song it's like it's thick. It's like boop
right.
boop boop. And then the second one you can kind of hear it go down and then at the end you actually hear it go from thick to small to pingy, more pingy.
Oh,
You will
oh,
not be able to unhear that. It's
right.
it's
Oh,
but it's so listen. I'm always telling people play real drums in the studio, man. You will
yeah.
never. These are all little things that I'm like, yeah, that's so cool. Like, cause I listened to it because I was obviously there when it happened, and I was like, oh no, like the cowbell's fucked. We can't. I
Right,
don't have another one.
right.
And he's like, nah, we got it. I was like, but it's you can hear it shrinking ever so slightly. It goes from thick click 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 to like ting 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 towards the end.
Oh,
It's a trip. It's a trip. I'll
oh,
have to
I
listen
now
to
I
it
gotta
too.
listen to it again.
Oh yeah,
You
you
know?
will. It's fucking compare it. You'll hear it on the last one 100%. It goes
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
good times.
Dude, let's nerd out for a minute.
Yeah.
On your kit.
Yeah.
Now, you call it the Oblivion drum kit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I know me and you already talked about this, what you did
Mhm.
with the rack.
Yeah.
Do you mind explaining it to people, or you want to
I
keep
don't
that?
mind at all.
Yeah,
The rack.
yeah. Your
So
Gibraltar rack.
so the Gibraltar rack we had built out at my old house in Virginia a couple years ago, and it was like we included the 2 new docking stations that go over the kick. Looks super sweet. Kind of
Yes.
brings back the drums
Yeah.
into it, and it's so integrated in the design of the drums that it actually brings the drums back to the center point of what
Yeah.
you see. Like, oh, you can see drums. There's not a cage around it, you know?
Yeah.
So I had this idea. I was looking at the artwork with Ken Adams, the guy who drew all the artwork for Lamb of God, and I was discussing with them. I'm trying to make a custom kit. Can we organize the art files so I want the shells to have a flow like the record, and the front heads are going to be printed a specific way, and I want it all to be like super like kind of like what's the it's like not AI, it's like computeristic like somebody had told me what it was. It's kind of just got a vibe like very uh Terminator end of the world type like hoses and electronic components and wires and just super weird looking. In any
Yeah.
case, there's a particular they use hoses. It looks like in the artwork where it looks like there's like sorry, it looks like there's like hoses going throughout the artwork. It's like got the rivets and stuff like that. Almost like cable hoses or like things that you put cables in
Yeah.
to like put them to run like networks and stuff like that to hide cables. Anyways, I found a particular tube that I wanted, and I was like, "Yo, these look cool. I wonder if they come in the diameter of the Gibraltar rack." Sure enough, they did, which was a half inch. And my tech Peking actually sourced the perfect ones because I was gonna go for like flat black, like tubing for it's like irrigation systems
Yeah.
where there's like they're like plastic tubes thin and they have little holes in them.
Yep.
I'm like, that looks cool, whatever. Yeah, like get those. He didn't really tell me what he sourced, but he's like, I found these ones that are really cool. They're the same thing, but we have to cut them to be able to stretch them and snap them over your rack. It's pond tubing. So it's
Oh,
like they're hoses for ponds to run water for ponds.
right.
So they're really thick and like they got like a rubber gloss thing. So and the high gloss actually looked great on the kit because the kit's got a gloss finish, the drum head's got a gloss finish.
Yeah.
I'm like, looks sick. So we snapped them on all the rack and it looks freaking sick and it goes with the theme of the album and it's super like it's got like hoses and cables, and then
Dude.
it kind of just feeds in. And the mic cables, sometimes if they look messy, it actually helps. It kind of goes with the
Right.
theme. It just looks like a chaotic uh computer Jimmy rig like hacker setup thing. So
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do that. So we did that, and the rest was pretty much just I try to like clamp it wherever I could, and just we just clamped a bunch of that shit everywhere. It was great.
Dude, that's sick, man.
And then obviously
That's
the
sick.
kit, the shells, I mean, it's an oak kit by Ludwig, but
Yes.
they had them custom wrapped for me and I was like, this is sick. So,
Oh,
yeah. So we it was a really it was a long process between myself, Ludwig, our art director, Ken Adams, um, Gibraltar, my drum tech P King who helped like
yeah.
source things and it came together like really, really slick. And all the details, man, I've always wanted to do that and have a theme and um I just like yeah, even the sim pads, the cymbal felts are neon green to match the art and
Yeah.
thanks to sim pad that was cool and all the little things, man. I wanted it all to match and like be cool and it looks cool.
Dude, man.
I love it.
Who came up with the idea of your Vic Firth sticks like that?
The cutting them,
Yeah.
that was so I think the originator, Vinnie Paul,
Yes.
uh he played them upside down. So he held the top of the barrel of the stick
Yep.
and cut them there and he hit with the butt end. So the butt end of the stick was actually hitting the drums. Hammer. Love it.
Yeah.
P King, my drum tech, was Vinny's tech for years. And hell yeah. So I'm like, cool. So he started doing it with Roy Mayorga, who
Oh,
was, yeah,
Roy.
yeah. He
Yeah.
was playing with obviously Stone Sour and then like I think he did some Soulfly stuff and then
Yep.
Ministry and things like that. So,
Yeah.
but P King was working with him and he did it with him. And then I kept losing sticks and I hit like a motherfucker. So I'm like, yo, like, what do I do? Whatever, whatever. So he's like, try this. I'm like, whoa, that's extreme. And lo and behold, I was addicted to it. I'm like, this is great. This feels great. And I play with gloves.
Yeah.
So, because I don't suggest playing that without gloves.
Right.
Uh, but he brought it to the point. I think I have a stick, not a cut up one,
Right.
but he has it to where it starts here
Right.
and then it has like a spiral of cut and it just like looks shredded.
Yeah.
And That with a combination of surfboard wax, like what surfers
Oh,
use,
yeah,
because when it heats up and it gets wet, you still have a slightly sticky, tangible thing. So gloves,
yeah,
surfboard wax, and cut it to hell, and then you got my stick.
dude, dude,
Hilarious.
that's great, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
good
great.
times.
I'm gonna keep on nerding out on
Yeah,
you, kid.
I love it.
Are you Evans guy?
I'm Evans guy. Yeah, I've been
Which,
Evans since man, since the very beginning of my professional career, 2008, 9.
yeah.
I've been with them for a long time.
What heads are you using?
EC2s on the toms, the clear ones.
Yeah,
Man, I remember when those things came on the scene. I was like, this is the future.
dude. Yeah.
I don't need to put tape. Like you really
Right.
don't. It helped control the overtones.
Yeah, it does. It
EC2
does.
clears on top, and then my snare is like my baby. I mean, hazy 500 on the bottom, which is really thick.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
super thick. I'll tell you why. I was busting through. I wasn't breaking top heads, Will. I was breaking resonant heads.
Oh.
Yeah, I was hitting so hard that it would just blow out.
Oh, right.
It would just blow out, and I'm like, "What's going on? What do I do?" I
Right.
was doing on the hazy 300s, and then
Yeah.
Aaron at Evans was like, "Yo, bro, like you got to go 500s. Like they're thicker, and
Yeah.
it sounds ever so slightly a little bit more pong. It kind of gives a ponginess
Yeah.
to the snare,
Yeah.
but I'm not for Lamb of God. I'm not like ghost noting for like
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a jazz groove on the ride cymbal. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ripping. So I'm like,
Yeah.
when I made that jump to the hazy 500, it helped me blowing out the bottom of the snare.
Yeah.
And then the top, I'm using the Evans hybrid head, which is a really thick marching head.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, I think we on a 5 week tour we end up using two,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
sometimes
Wow.
three, if I
Yeah.
really want like an extra sensitive like sound. But that's more for my ears rather than what the front of house hears. You
Yeah.
hear a shotgun, and the snare. I'm using a Black Beauty, obviously, and
I
it's
was
just like
I was just gonna ask you that.
die-cast hoops, Black Beauty,
Woo.
ripping,
Yeah.
ripping into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Ludwig drums I'm using are the classic Oaks,
Yeah.
which
Those things
ugh,
sing.
they you know what, dude? They do sing. They
Yeah.
really sing, but it's controlled. It's loud, but it's not like maple loud where it's like damn like
Uh,
Bonham, ka goo
Yeah.
goosh, which
Yeah.
has its place.
Yeah.
Oak is controlled, and the oak that they have, the Ludwig makes, they have them with maple. So there's like a
Oh.
warmth and there's a loudness, but there's also a like feels like it's getting hugged and
Yeah.
controlled
Yeah.
rather than just like full sending. So I don't use any like sound dampening,
No
no
gels.
gaff tape, no gels, no nothing.
Yeah.
It's just they're wide open, but they're so controlled. And I'm hitting really hard, so they're very it's just like
Yeah.
quick. They're quick, but they resonate just enough for all types of I mean funk, fucking reggae, metal, punk, R&B, those
Yeah.
the drums are like the most versatile in my opinion. So
Damn.
it's great. It's great.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Are you using triggers at all?
Yeah. Yeah. So I use the triggers for sake of, well, Lamb of God songs are have a lot of footwork.
Yeah. You gotta
There's a
hear those.
there's you got to hear them, and
Yeah.
you will not.
Yeah.
You will not hear them. We're not playing respectfully. We're not playing bars and stuff like that where you can like run. You'll be able to hear them without a mic and stuff. But we're playing arenas and amphitheaters, and they will get buried in the mix.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's really been so helpful for the mix for Lamb of God. And so I use the triggers on the kick drums only.
Yeah.
And then we started using triggers on the toms. Were losing their mind when they saw me do a quick gear run through on my Instagram. I was like,
Oh,
everybody just calm down.
yeah. Oh, jeez.
But it's the use of them is very technical, and that's to control the gates,
Yep.
obviously.
Yep.
And somebody that hits like me,
Yeah.
if you don't got no
Yeah.
damn gates, and I'm gonna be opening them up like you would hear every time I hear a china and a snare, it
Yeah.
would be,
Right. I
it's
don't
the
think
best. It's the best.
I don't think people understand that concept at all. Because I did that when I used to tech for the Offspring.
Okay.
We used them as gates as well, using those triggers or
Yeah.
whatever like that. And
Yeah. You
yeah,
got to hit the drum to
you're-
open the gate. That's it.
exactly.
That's it. If you're
And
not hitting the drum, it's not going to open. And that's
right.
so, they serve their purpose for multiple reasons. On the kick drums for audible reasons, and I
Yep.
love them. And everybody talks about triggers, cheating, and all that. I
Oh,
actually find that triggers are a bit more challenging. You will hear every mistake.
oh yeah.
You you'll hear
Oh yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit more challenging. It does help. I'm not really doing any real. My technique is pretty much just all gas. I mean, hip, leg. I do
Yeah.
some heel toe stuff, but not like these kids nowadays are wild with that. And I
Oh my
mean,
gosh. Yeah.
I choose to have power more than technique. And some people, it's a fine line between finding the technique and the power. Um, Trick pedals, they help me with power.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm not really tippity tapping. You won't find me tap dancing on my kick.
Nope.
I'm laying into that kick drum, I'm laying in. But it's 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 just my sound. It's how I
Uh,
play, and my technique works with everything, and I love it. I love it,
you
and
you
cymbals
guys,
too, obviously.
you guys sound huge.
Yeah.
You know, like
Brian
I,
Griffin, our front of house guy. I owe it to him.
dude,
Thank you. No,
that's
seriously.
seriously, and I know that you were using like the KD10, but are you using that new Ludwig module?
I
Uh,
am. I am.
yeah.
This one right here. I'm always messing around with it.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so I'm
Okay.
using the reason I use it is not for most what people think. This is a convenience thing for me. I'm running, but this is why it's in my workspace now. I'm always trying to learn more about. This is an avenue that I don't know much of.
Yeah.
You use,
Yeah.
I think you're on the Roland, right? Or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yep. Not
So,
with body count. I'm trying to use the Roland. I'm
okay.
trying
Okay.
I'm
Fair
trying to
enough.
work them in there, so
Yeah. It's so I think I don't know. I'm using it strictly as a controller for like, I load in samples and I load in samples like intros, mid set stuff.
yeah.
I mean, I have everything loaded, and I've tested it this last tour, and it's a new module. It's on the more budget friendly side, which is why I stand behind it,
Yeah.
especially for the new drummer that is learning this thing.
Yeah.
I don't, I personally have never used it. So I'm like, what? This is a perfect example of organic. Let me get to know this thing. So
Yeah.
intros, samples, funny noises during the set, like really jokey stuff. Outro music. I even have a track playing outro. I've
Oh, that's
loaded
cool.
everything in this thing.
Yeah.
And it stood the test of time. 808s, sub bass drops. I'm running a pad out of it, so for convenience,
Yeah.
I can move the pad around the kit because this is on my side. I'm not really playing it. It's
Yeah.
always just to cue quick stuff.
Yep.
Um, I'm learning so much. I don't know electronics very well, man. Like
All right.
I'm a very analog dude. I love electronic stuff in music. I know Evans is doing a lot of cool stuff with
Yeah.
sensory percussion, and then Ludwig is jumping in the electronics game, and it's an avenue that I'm curious with, and if we're going backwards and going to the beginning of our conversation, East LA,
Yeah. Oh man.
freestyle music, bro. I'm obsessed with freestyle music.
Dude, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's the same groove at all those like doom, ka, doom, ka, doom, ka,
Yeah.
doom, 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 ka, doom, like, dude,
Oh, that's awesome. Really? That's in
I'm
that?
telling you that no, I mean I'm learning. I like
Uh,
to. I'm trying to make beats
okay.
analog and not program
Dude,
them. Like I'm trying to
dude, that's
learn these things, right?
that would be sick. Yeah.
These are all things I'm always trying to work backwards now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like even with LP, I signed with LP.
Oh man.
Yeah, like obviously
Congratulations.
cowbell, thank you. Obviously
Yeah.
cowbells, mini team ballers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's taking me back to the beginning though, bro, as you know. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I started on a conga as a
Yeah.
child. So I got a set of congas and I'm re I'm not even relearning. I'm learning. I didn't know how to play the congas properly and
Right.
so I've been dabbling with that at home and playing stuff like that. And obviously, I mean, shit, I got to
Yeah.
see Santana, my hero, like so many
Oh,
times. And I
that's
mean, just recently, like I
I man, how was that?
it it's exactly the way it was supposed to be. So for those watching and just realizing, I got to meet Santana, who is my freaking hero, as
Oh
I've
my
been hyping since
gosh.
the beginning of this. I got to meet him. I had played a drum show, the UK drum show with Cindy Blackman Santana,
Oh my
his
gosh.
wife, his drummer,
Yes.
in the UK about 2 years ago, and she played the same day as me, and I was like, this is awesome. I like for somebody like me, I try to remain as present and humble and not so like extra. Like I think it's important in our line of work to and for those wanting to do this, whoever's watching,
Yeah.
you got to read a room. You got to understand a flow, and it takes time. But you can't be like I'm hello, I'm here, like I'm
Right.
everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a way to be everywhere, but there's a way to kind of lay in the pot. You just gotta lay in the pocket, and like
Yeah.
I'll be like this.
Yeah.
I'll be like this. Oh, what's up? Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. But I'm ready. You got to be ready. So
Dude.
With Cindy, it was one of those things I never like, oh, I'm gonna meet Santana. What a dream, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh man.
again, back to my relationships. I planted that seed respectfully and with appreciation and love for her as a drummer. Like, whoa, this chick, it's Cindy Blackman. Now she's
Yeah.
Cindy Blackman Santana. I mean, she was already doing this thing for a long time
Yeah.
and breaking down barriers for women and breaking down like all sorts of different things where she was just ripping with Lenny Kravitz and just like
Oh man. Yes, she was.
what a phenomenal drummer and a jazz.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Like, you know what
she
I'm
kills
saying?
it in that.
Kills it. And then she's doing a
Yeah.
jazz record, shout out Cindy Blackman Santana. But like I had met her and I had told her like, hey, like, yes, I'm a massive fan of you, but clearly your husband is like quite possibly the reason I have any sort of motivation or direction in life. Uh,
Dude.
and she's like, that's so amazing. Like he would love to meet you one day. I was like, get out of here.
All right.
What? But internally I'm like, so I'm like, okay. So we stood in touch and I've been staying in touch with her and her assistant and he again our small industry, right? I guess their assistant had worked on the Sounds of the Underground tour with Lamb of God and like
Oh,
he had been around the same world and he's like, yeah, like we'll make it happen. And I was like, this can't be happening. That was years ago, Will. So more of not assuming that things are supposed to be what you think they are.
all right.
I just like, yeah, maybe one day I will meet him. That'd be great. So lo and behold, an opportunity came up and he was playing on my birthday, like at Red Rocks. And I'm like telling my girl,
Oh,
I'm like, we are going.
yeah.
I don't care. We're going. We go and I stay in touch. I've stood in touch occasionally. He's like, yeah, come through, whatever. And it happened so fast, man. It's like it happened in a heartbeat. Like it happened so fast. I'm like, before you knew it, I'm in the hallway at Red Rocks, which we had just played last year, and
All
I'm
right.
like, oh, I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah.
Walking through the hallway, and like before you know it, he's like, it felt like he was floating to me.
Oh, really? Oh,
That's it.
wow.
That's the experience that I had, and it was special. It was short. It was sweet. It was a dream, and I got a few words that I'll keep to myself that I
Yeah.
told him, and that was it. And he showed up with respect and love, and that is him. And I'll remember forever what I told him, and I don't expect him to remember, but I got it out, and it was mind blowing to see them rip and to relive that because I didn't even tell you my first concert ever was Santana
Oh man.
at the Hollywood Bowl with my
Yeah.
father and my mom was there too. My mom was there with my stepfather and we were in
Right.
different areas. But
Yeah.
can you believe, I think that's my God, the God that I believe in is like always putting things in place
Yeah.
the way that I believe. And that was one of those things that I look back on, I'm like, I was there with my mom and my dad,
Right.
separated but together. And Supernatural just came out. That was his big comeback record, quote
Yeah.
unquote comeback record.
Yep.
And and it was I was 10 years old, and it was like that was like a really important time in my life. Like it changed everything.
Dude.
So to get to meet him, dream come true. Dream come true is the easiest thing I can say, but it's
Yeah.
uh I'm sure there's other feelings that I'll get. I'm still processing it respectfully, and
Dude.
we out here.
Yeah, right?
We out here, and it's so
Oh,
it's sparked a new a constant creation to continue to like learn more and go back to where I started, and that's why I'm trying to get more done with LP and do more things. And there's a lot in the works that I can't talk about now, but it's
right.
like
I
there's
know you can't.
a lot of
Yeah.
things in the works, LP specific, that I'm trying to educate myself on the instruments that actually got me into drumming. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Dude.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Dude. Can I just say, like I'm so excited for your career.
Thank you, man.
As, a drummer and you're getting all this love as a metal drummer.
Yeah.
And like with everything, I don't care if it's like you're on Drumeo or whatever platform that you get on, man.
Hmm.
I'm just super proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Honestly, because it would hit me and had this big grin when you
Hmm.
started playing with Billy Sheehan.
Oh,
Um, I thought that was super cool because man, like for me, Billy Sheehan is always been that crazy bassist that was on, Shy Boy,
hmm.
the David Lee Roth, days back
Yeah.
then. I love playing that song
Yeah.
when I used to play that song at home, playing on drums or whatever, try to play it. But dude, you got to play with him.
Yeah. That was that thanks to Sweetwater, man. I love working with Sweetwater too. And they create these not only these experiences for the artist, but like to really kind of like show organic interactions with other artists that you would not really expect. And
Yeah,
Drumeo has their own version of specific things and how they do things, but like Sweetwater has a really cool way of bringing us together. And that was during the Sweetwater Drum Fest, and I was there doing a clinic, and I got to like, can you come play with a couple players? They pulled some shit. It was great. It was fun. I was like, yeah, like I'm open to anything, what this, that, and the other. And it kind of gave it away, but he didn't tell me who, but it was Phil Demmel,
oh
who
yeah,
formerly of Machine Head, formerly of Violence. Also, he's with Kerry King now.
yeah.
Phil has filled in for us, the fill-in villain, as we call him, has come in and played guitar for us a few times, and I've known Phil since that 2008 Mayhem Fest when I was drum
Oh
tech.
wow,
More relationships,
come on,
lots of
man.
them. Uh, I've known Phil for a long time. He's like a really, I don't want to say a father figure,
Right.
but he's such a, I mean, Phil is such a great father already to his
Yeah,
family and his kids,
yeah,
but he's such a good brother, like a big brother, like industry big brother. Like he's always checking in, kind of like, what's going on, kid? What
yeah.
you got going on? And I love that guy so much. But he called me and he's like, yo, so we're doing this Sweetwater Jam. I was like, wait, what?
Oh
It's,
man,
oh, that's cool. It made me feel better because I was
right.
like, there was some sort of comfort in it, knowing it was him. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna jam with somebody, this, that, and we're gonna do. I was like, all right, cool. And I show up and I'm like, they're like, all right, you're jamming with Billy Sheehan. I'm like, fuck, what? I was like, why I was like, set me. I was trying to challenge myself. I was like, set me up with the most basic Ludwig kit, like one up, one down,
Yeah,
crash,
yeah,
hi-hat. Let's just do something fun. Maybe a double pedal's fine, cool.
yeah.
And then Billy Sheehan show. I'm like, great.
Oh
Oh,
man.
great. And then I'm sure you've seen the clip, bro, and it's I watch it occasionally sometimes as a
Yeah,
pinch me moment because Billy, I mean, Billy's great. Billy's great, and it's just still when you hold on to the fan in you, I
yeah,
believe that you're truly able to create organically.
yeah,
And this was a moment where I was like nervous, and Phil comforted me, and so we jammed and we did the whole bit, and then he turns around and he's like, "Nice pocket, bro," and I'm like this guy has played with he's played with the best of the best. Like talk about a credible source of like I'm gonna walk a little bit taller t today and
yeah.
tomorrow, Billy. Thank you for that. And I was stunned. I was like, as if I had like, as drummers, will we go? I personally, for me, I go through waves of feelings of like, oh, like man, I feel like we're perfectionists, and I'm like, damn, I could have played that better, or
Oh
damn,
man.
or this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
I've always questioned like, damn, like, am I swinging enough? Like, is my tempos okay? And for
yeah,
that guy to do that in a moment, and at that moment, I was struggling with like I was like, damn, struggling like creatively, and to do that, he just like popped me back into the lane. Like, get
yeah.
back in this lane. Here,
Oh
you're
man,
killer pocket, bro. I was like, I'm like asking,
dude.
did you get that on camera? Like, what is going on? This is like
Yeah,
forever clout.
dude, man.
Yeah, it's
Great
good.
job, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. It was so
Great
fun.
job,
Super
man.
fun. Super
Um,
fun.
and I'm sorry, I have to wrap things up almost.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, the team here, I forgot to say
Yeah.
this. Wanted to wish you happy belated birthday. I know it
Thank
was
you.
like
Thank
maybe a
you.
week or so ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, dude, that was killer that you got to meet Santana. Um,
And now you
but
know how deep it felt.
oh
Like
my gosh,
it's deep.
yeah.
It's deep. It's deep.
That's one of your heroes, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah. It was killer.
That's awesome, man. I'll be having chills all week. I'm having chills for you right now.
Thank you, man.
You know?
I'm trying to like enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride. My girl's always telling me, she's like, sit back and chill and enjoy this. I was like, I'm I tried I feel like I'm a survivor. I feel like I've always tried to just like I I'm an obsessive mind. I'm like, how do I continue to like do better and this? But I it's sometimes it's too much, and I gotta like just sit back and chill, and or I gotta work on something. If I'm sitting
Yeah.
still, usually I feel like I'm like stagnant. I don't like that feeling. I
Yeah.
get in a really uncomfortable place, and so I'm trying to just enjoy every moment as it comes, and I am. I really am. Just constantly trying to evolve, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Like as much as I can, and learn, and then pass it down. You know,
Dude, man,
I gotta pass it down. So
dude, do you have any advice for any like kids that you wanna, like
yeah,
what do you want to say to them, man?
I always do, dude. I always do. I always do because I'm just trying to remember that it's part of my mission statement, if you will. My
Okay.
life mission statement is always to kind of like come back to the beginning of where and why and how this all happened.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like storytelling is important, and that's one big important part of this equation of trying to be a musician and trying to do this for a living. But it's also a time to be transparent and like vulnerable at times, and also like be very like keep it real, dude. Like you
Yeah.
gotta keep it real. And my advice is simple. Um, keep it real. Um, I feel like you should treat others the way that you want to be treated, and I hope
Yeah.
everybody wants to be treated with respect. And obviously, love is love, and find common goals with people that share those goals with you. Like surround yourself by those people. Um, like I said, I in life we come across knuckleheads and people that are influencing you in different ways.
Yeah.
That's not their fault. I made the decisions to like hang out with fucking crappy people sometimes, and that's just what happens. But that's okay.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
okay with those, and I pray for those people all the time. But it's also like hang on to those relationships, make as many friends where you go, um, and be present in the moment, and remind yourself that life is full of surprises and events that will help you grow and
Yeah,
lessons to learn. But just take them and then just learn to pass it down, all the good stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to pass down the knowledge and the power and these experiences and share them to inspire
yeah,
somebody else and help them evolve and then help them create. I always say that's my thing. My motto is to inspire you, help you evolve, and then help you create because that's what I had
dude.
to do. So inspire, evolve, create. Do that every day.
There you
Oh,
go.
just continue to do that. So that's my advice and help out the next one.
There
You
you.
know,
That's what it's
I ain't gonna be
about.
here forever. I ain't gonna be
It's
here forever.
exactly
And you know what? All our heroes are not going to be there forever, and it's
true,
important to keep this art alive. And you know, here we are.
dude.
Here we are.
Man, I just want to say, man, dude, thank you so much for doing this with me.
For you, anything, dude.
Oh,
Shoot, it's
dude.
great. This is great. I was looking forward to it. That I'm glad we finally made this happen. And
Dude,
like congratulations on everything you're doing. You're like you
dude.
are constantly. Every time I see you, I'm just you. You always have a smile on your face, man.
Oh man.
And I don't know if there's ever moments where you're not feeling like smiling and you are. Just know that
Right.
when you do, when you're smiling,
Yeah.
you are passing a very infectious thing to others.
Oh,
So
dude. Thank you,
respect.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Thank you, man. Ah,
Give me a
thank you.
hug.
Hug. Ladies and gentlemen, Art Cruz.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
again,
y'all.
my friend. Ah! Hey, did you know that we have a website, Talk Music Podcast with Will Dorsey Jr.? We got all kinds of stuff on there, man. Check it out. Got some cool swag on there, like a sweatshirt or a hoodie or a coffee mug. Check out the gear. Hope you like it and support Talk Music Podcast with Will Dorsey Jr. Thanks.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, E-Record Studio, the new way musicians rehearse, record, and share their e-record sessions on social media. Visit ERS on erecordstudio.com. Download this amazing app on Google and Apple Apps stores.
Visit us on www.talkmusicpodcast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download our podcast on Apple, Google, Amazon, and Spotify.